Let's welcome Harold Kuphaldt.
Okay, now I'm a little emotional. Wow. I usually don't get nervous in front of people, but I'm a little nervous, so bear with me. First of all, I want to thank the Sacramento Running Association for this tremendous honor. I'm humbled and surprised to be here. It's incredible to be in the same Hall of Fame as my first high school, my first running idol, Billy Mills, and a personal friend. To be inducted alongside this incredible class of inductees, Al Beta, who coached my brothers Jim and Ken, who I know, think the world of him, and so do I. I'm honored to be inducted next to you, Al. And my longtime friend, John Mansour, and his wife, Heike, who I've known almost my entire running career. Ran with them on the Capital City Flyers some 30 years ago. I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge, I'm glad the video did, because I've been known to forget my wife, Elisa, who has obviously been witness to most of my running career and has been patient with my time as I have dedicated so much of my time and energy to the sport of running, and some of our financial resources as well. And my three boys, Adam, Scott, and Jason, who are here, who've had to put up with my coaching. I'm really grateful to have you guys in my life. I want to also recognize this half of the room, which is my brothers and sisters. Actually, most of them are here. And at one time or another, every single one of my brothers and sisters and my mom and dad all ran. And many of us still do hobble along out there. So they've always been very supportive of me. My brother Ken just reminded me of one of the first stories ever written on me in the Sacramento Bee. Was not too flattering to my brothers. And they've always been very patient when I get these recognition, but it said, "He leaves brothers and rest behind." So my brother Ken goes, "Nice headline." What am I, chopped liver? So I apologize to Joe and Ken for being slammed by the Sacramento Bee. And I wanted to particularly recognize my mother, Joanne, whose voice I can still hear in my memories of so many big high school races. It didn't seem to matter how large or loud the crowd was. I could always hear my mother's voice. And thank you for allowing me to pursue my dreams and being there so many races along the way, driving up to Eugene to cheer me on. She was there for my sub 4 mile. As were most of my brothers and sisters, actually. And I'm particularly happy to have my high school coach, my first mentor in running, Dan Greenwald, here with his lovely wife, Virginia. I'm honored to follow in your footsteps, coaching at Bella Vista. I just hope I can have half the success you had there. Thank you, Dan. Finally, I want to thank the sport of running for all the gifts it's giving me. Some of which you obviously have seen on the video, the accolades, that's obviously very nice. And the memories that I've had and the friendships that I've made in running are incredible. And of course, as a physical therapist, I'm well aware of the physical benefits of running. Certainly, if it weren't for running, I would weigh about 400 pounds because I love to eat. But I want to spend a couple minutes talking about some things that you might not immediately think of in terms of the benefits of running. For those that know me now, you would not recognize me when I was in elementary school. Shy, introverted, not many friends. I struggled to feel like I fit in. I didn't do well in school, and I longed to fit in and hoped someday to stand out. And I first discovered a talent for running the 6-minute run during the presidential physical fitness in 5th and 6th grade, and I led my little elementary school. But that didn't start me. It was my sister Patty, who's sitting right here in the front, who started running on the very first high school cross-country team at Bella Vista High School for girls. You talk about leading, Patty talked about being on the leading edge of women in sports, and my sister Patty is the same. And she started bringing home medals, and I thought, you know what, I can do that, you know. Maybe I can finally beat my brother Jim at something. So I started running, and to be honest, I didn't even really enjoy the sport of running when I first started, but I was good at it, and that was enough for me to stick with it. And but a funny thing happened is I started to win races, and I started to develop a self-confidence. I developed a social group, some peers, some friends that I made on the team that Dan coached. And this newfound self-confidence carried over into my school, and I started to do better in school, and I started to feel like I fit in, and I started to actually enjoy school a little bit. And I started to feel more comfortable in social situations. And by the time I was a senior in high school, I was succeeding on the track, but also in the classroom and in social situations, and to the point where I felt confident to pursue my dreams to run at University of Oregon, which was very scary for me. When I went away to school, the longest I'd ever been away from my home without my family was a weekend. And so it was very scary for me to go to University of Oregon, but very exciting. And I have that to thank for the sport of running, because I could have never gone to University of Oregon. We couldn't have afforded it without my scholarship, so I'm grateful for that. But I see those benefits. I feel like the sport of running saved my life in many ways. It made me a lot of the man I am today, and now as a coach, I get to see that relived in my athletes. I see these awkward freshmen coming in, and they develop a niche and a social circle and a feeling of belonging as part of a team. They learn to develop self-discipline. They learn the principle of delayed gratification, you know, that hard work will eventually succeed in improved performance. And I see them blossom and grow. I see kids that as a freshman couldn't even look a girl in the eye, and by the time they're a senior, they're asking somebody to senior ball. And those benefits are not unique to the sport of running in that, you know, developing self-discipline. But what is unique about the sport of running is the culture. There's a culture of acceptance and encouragement and positivity in the sport of running that is unique. Name another sport in high school where almost exclusively the feedback to the athletes is positive, from coaches, from parents, from fellow spectators, from even fellow competitors. It's encouraging and positive. And I think because of that, we draw in athletes that would never have gone out for the football team or the basketball team. We draw in the kids that don't fit in anywhere else. And many times these kids, like me in my youth, develop into greatness. And that is exciting for me as a coach. And I want to thank, again, the Sacramento Running Association, not only for inducting and honoring me, but also in supporting the sport of running that is so worthy of being promoted. So thank you.